Good day, judges. My name is Nada. Vaivanyacha is my last name, but you can call me Pojai. Now I'm in grade 7, section 1 at Mary Vitaya Simahosa School. Today, I'm going to talk about the story entitled Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. Once upon a time, there lived a lovely princess with fair skin and blue eyes. She was so fair that she was named Snow White. Her mother died when Snow White was a baby, and her father married again. This queen was very pretty, but she was also very wicked. The wicked stepmother wanted to be the most beautiful lady in the kingdom. She would often ask her magic mirror, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" And the magic mirror would say, "You are, your majesty." But one day, the magic mirror replied, "Snow White is the fairest of them all." The wicked queen was very angry and jealous of Snow White. She ordered her huntsman to take Snow White to the forest and kill her. "I wanted to bring back her heart," she ordered. But when the huntsman reached the forest with Snow White, he took pity on her and set her free. He killed a deer and took its heart to the wicked queen and told her that he had killed Snow White. Snow White wandered in the forest all night crying. When it was daylight, she came to a tiny cottage and went inside. There was nobody there, but she found 7 plates on the table and 7 tiny beds in the bedroom. She cooked a wonderful meal and cleaned the house, and tired, finally slept on one of the tiny beds at night. When the dwarfs who lived in the tiny cottage came home and found Snow White sleeping, when she woke up and told them her story, the dwarfs asked her to stay with them. When the dwarfs were away, Snow White would make a delicious meal for them. The dwarfs loved her and cared for her. Every morning, when they left the house, they instructed her never open the door to strangers. Meanwhile, in the palace, the wicked queen asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" The magic mirror replied, "Snow White is the fairest of them all. She lives with the 7 dwarfs in the woods." The wicked queen was furious. She actually a witch who knew how to make magic potions. She now made poisonous potion and dipped a shiny red apple into it. Then she disguised herself as an old peasant woman and went to the woods with the apple. And then she knocked on the cottage door and said, "Pretty little child, let me in. Look what I have for you." Snow White said, "I'm sorry, old lady. I cannot let you in. 7 dwarfs told me not to talk to strangers." But then Snow White saw a shiny red apple and opened the door. The witch offered her the apple, and when she took a bite, poor Snow White fell into a deep sleep. The wicked queen went back to the palace and asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" And the magic mirror replied, "You are, your majesty." When the dwarfs came home and found Snow White lying on the floor, they were very upset. They cried all night and built a glass coffin for Snow White. They kept a coffin in front of the cottage. One day, Prince Charming was going past the cottage. He saw Snow White lying in the coffin. He pulled open the glass coffin. Her face seemed so fresh, even in the deep sleep. He daintily took one of Snow White's hands in his own and kissed it. At once, Snow White's eyes opened. with love's first kiss. The evil queen's spell was forever gone. Now nothing stood in the way for Snow White and the prince to be together forever. They returned to the prince's kingdom and lived happily ever after. The moral lesson of the story is enviousness is a bad trait. Enviousness leads nothing but fatal. Let us not feel pity of what we don't have, neither getting envy of what other people have in life. Remember, life isn't about outer beauty. It is the inner beauty that matters. Thank you very much for listening and have a nice day.